Hello, Beachbody champions. My name is Robb Pearson, and I am so excited to host today's Action Hour. I think this is something incredible that we get to do as a network every week, work together to build our business to help other people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy, more fulfilling lives. And I'm really excited because I was given permission to kind of shift the narrative the way that we do this call. And I am really hoping that this is something that will benefit you. It will equip you to achieve a goal today. It will equip you to help others on your team achieve goals now and in the future. And what I really want to do is equip you with something that I've done with a lot of our team. We've been blessed with a really successful organization, a lot of people who have done a lot of amazing things, continue to do a lot of amazing things. And I just really want to share this with you. So instead of doing a live action hour as per usual, what we're going to do today is what I call going emerald in an hour. And really the goal of this next 60 minutes, if you're already an emerald coach, that's okay. My goal is to, first of all, help you hit emerald again, because once we've reached emerald once, it's no longer a goal to hit. It now becomes an activity level. So maybe it's hitting emerald every quarter, or maybe hitting emerald every month, or hitting emerald every week. So I just want to share this so that you can do that. The other thing that I really want to do, again, if you've already earned emerald, I want you to be able to take the same exact process that I'm going to walk you through and help your coaches now and in the future use the same process. This is what we talk about when you hear people talk about duplication all the time. I want you to be able to take exactly what we're going to do today and walk your coaches right through it so that you can help them earn emerald, and then emerald every quarter, every month, every week, depending on what their goals are and what they're working to, okay? So first of all, before I go into the actual process, I just want to make this super simple, because maybe you enrolled today, and maybe this is the very first call that you're watching. If so, I'm even more honored. But maybe you don't know specifically what emerald is. And I think a big part of this, whenever we have a goal, sometimes we make it more complicated than it needs to be. Or we think we have to do all these things when it's really a lot simpler. So I really want to break down what emerald is and why it's important, and then we're going to get into the workshop, okay? So what emerald is, okay? I want to make things super, super simple, okay? There are 3 things that you need to do in order to be an emerald coach, okay? The first thing that you have to do is be on home direct of 50 PV or more every month. That will keep you as an active coach, okay? Some options, just so you have this, it could be the performance line. So if you're drinking Energize and Recover, if you're drinking Shakeology, if you're going through 3 boxes of Beach Bars a month, those will all be ways that will keep you active. Now, one thing that I want to be very specific about, I just said 50 PV, and then I just referred to 3 things that were 90 PV. You can look this information up in FAQ as well, but there are different criteria for being an active coach and for earning Success Club. So I don't want to get any of that confused. If you are going to pursue this as a business opportunity, you want to make sure it's 90 PV that you're getting every month so that you can earn Success Club. But as far as being an active coach, it needs to be 50 PV or more. So again, step 1, be active on 50 PV or more, okay? The next thing that you need to do, step number 2, is you need to have 1 active coach, personally sponsored, on your left leg, okay? Now, every coach gets 2 legs, a left leg and a right leg. So you're after you become an active coach yourself, you need 1 active coach on your left leg, which follows the same criteria. So it's someone who is active, and the best way to do that is home direct. That could be, maybe that person could be a spouse, a family member, a friend, someone who you know is hardworking, someone who you know is into health and fitness. It doesn't matter who it is. and we're going to get into who you're actually going to talk to in a little bit. But you need to have one person who's active on your left leg. And the other thing that I like to do when I do this call is talk about some options, okay? Because here's the thing, when we are talking about people, everyone has different goals. And the goal for you is not to like trick people into becoming active. The goal is for you to find products that help those individuals reach their goals and stay active because they're continuously utilizing them. I've been drinking Shakeology every day for the last 7 years. If it was not effective, I wouldn't still be drinking it. I would not still be an active coach. So it's really important that you don't just try to get someone active, but you really talk to them and find out what their goals are so that you can give them the products that are going to help them get there. Okay. So 50 PV, a couple options that you have. Recover is 52 PV. That works great. Or the performance stack that we talked about before. Shakeology is great. And then we have two little bundles that we've created on our team. The first one's called Hot and Hyper. That is Energize and the Collagen Boost. So ladies, if you want to get hot and hyper, collagen and Energize. And then the other one is we call the Green Goddess. So Power Greens along with Energize, or excuse me, Power Greens along with the Collagen Boost. Any of those will make 50 PV or more. So again, it doesn't have to be the same thing for everyone. In fact, it shouldn't be. It should be whatever products are aligning towards that person's goals. Okay, so that's number 2. Have one coach on your left leg. Okay, and then step number 3, in order to become an Emerald coach, is to have one active coach on your right leg. Okay, same criteria. It could be spouse, family member, friend, someone into fitness, someone who you know is just like hustling and really wants to help people. And they need to be active on 50 PV, which can be any product 50 PV or more that align with their goals and will be a product that they'll want to continue to use and get results with. Okay, so that's what Emerald is. Those 3 simple steps: be active, have an active coach on your left leg, have an active coach on your right leg. Okay, now I just want to take a second to talk about why Emerald is important. And then again, we're going to get into the workshop. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I really want to set you up to be at, like, by the time this hour is up, you know exactly, or maybe you've already earned Emerald by the time this hour is up, if you're someone who's a real go-getter. But like today, you have the option to do it, which will be really cool because that means on Thursday, your rank advancement will officially happen. Okay, so why it's important? First of all, it unlocks team cycle bonus. So as of right now, if you're not an Emerald coach yet, you're getting paid 25% commissions on any products that you sell. And when you become an Emerald coach, you actually get access to this secondary piece of the compensation plan called team cycle bonus. You can go to YouTube and type in team cycle bonus Beachbody, and there are 1,000 videos that will explain it. I don't want to go too deep into that, but essentially you're no longer just a salesperson. You're now someone who's also making team bonus based off of your team getting results and utilizing the products to do that. Okay. Recognition is another really cool piece. I just talked about how Thursday you will officially become an Emerald coach. Maybe your coach will recognize you, but the company will definitely recognize you. We have an amazing recognition program. Get a certificate in the mail. It's really cool. So you're also showing people that are watching you. So people on your social media, all like you posting consistently, all of those people are going to see that you're actually seeing success in your business and you're actually helping other people. And that creates momentum as you continue to build and talk to people. A cool bonus, and I want you to think about this too, because I know that there are different people that have different motivation. You becoming an Emerald coach will actually help your coach rank advance. And I think that's really cool. I'm fortunate enough that my wife is my coach. So for me, it's just like, oh, if I can get Emerald and help her get to Diamond, score. When I got to Diamond and helped her become a Star Diamond coach, score. So think about that. Like, it's a really cool way to kind of pay back to your upline coach who brought you into this opportunity. So that's another thing that I think is really cool. The other thing is that it sets an example for your team. And as you continue to build your coach business, you're going to see that everything that you do is setting an example. The way that you work out, how intentional you are about your personal development, how your team grows, how many people you recruit. That's all setting the example for the people on your team and shows the people on the team what they're actually capable of doing. Okay, so that is how to become an Emerald coach. that is why Emerald is important. So now we're going to get into the good stuff. I love this because, like, I'm going to tell you this process that I do. I told you before, I've been a coach for 7 years. I do this at least once a month because here's the true statistic. The average person knows 2,500 people. So forget, if you're sitting there saying, oh, I only have 300 followers on Instagram, or, oh, I don't have any friends on Facebook. Move those things to the side, move that distraction out of your way. The average human being knows 2,500 human beings. So this thing that I do with my coaches really helps, like, bring those names into your head. You put them down on a piece of paper. And I think the important thing, and you're going to hear this when I play the video that we're going to listen to together, is these people aren't necessarily the people who you're going to recruit. Because I know you're probably thinking, like, oh man, my second cousin Tony, like, I would never want him on our team. I'm not going to tell you to invite anyone who you're not excited to invite, because that's not going to build a team that you want to be a part of. But the average person knows 2,500 people. So what we're going to do is, I have this video and I use this on purpose. So I want to make a point here before we watch the video, because I've learned that sometimes you teach so that other people can learn, and sometimes you teach to teach. Now, I also talked to you about setting the example. Now, if I came up with this whole beautiful, amazing process and just told you how to do it, you would probably think, oh man, I have to do that. I have to do exactly what Rob does. I have to film a video, and I have to make everything look clean and polished. So what I did, and actually there's a coach named Brandy Botts who has been a coach for even longer than I am. And she was outrageously successful simply by utilizing resources that other people made, because the beautiful thing about our network is that we're all trying to help people. We are all a part of one team, okay? So I am going to share this video. Let me share my screen so that you can see it. Bear with me. Let me make sure that I get the right one. That is the right one, but that's my Facebook. So we're going to go over here. So this is Jimmy Hayes Nelson. And Jimmy, if you're watching, hey, what's up? Jimmy knows that I use this, that our team uses this. So what I need you to do right now is I need you to get out a piece of paper, okay? A piece of paper. There is something, and Jimmy's actually going to say this in the video, there's something about writing things down on a piece of paper that is completely different than typing it in your phone, completely different than typing it on a Word document, whatever. And I actually have to grab my notebook because I'm going to play along. Did Chelsea take it? I think Chelsea took the notebook. Okay, well, then I guess I am using a piece of paper. Okay, so I hear the dog's barking, so maybe she's coming. Who knows? We'll see how this turns out. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. All right, so I'm going to play this video, and let's do it.
So we're going to go through something I call the memory jogger. Now I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why coaches make a huge mistake when it comes to this when they're getting started. And you're not going to make that mistake, because you and I are about to walk through this right now. Number 1, they don't do it. Number 1, they just don't do it. They don't make a list. They don't have anything to work off of. And they skip this step because it's a little uncomfortable. Like I told you before in the intro video, we're going to ask you to get a little bit out of your comfort zone. And this is the first time you're going to do that. But it's okay, because I'm going to do this along with you. The second thing, I'm going to start reading things off that you're going to start writing names down. And your tendency, all of our tendency, is to prejudge. You're going to think, oh, they're not going to be interested. Oh, that won't work. This person's wrong because. Let me tell you, the list you are about to make is not the list of people that are going to join your team or your challenge group. They're not necessarily going to be your customers or the coaches on your team. They are going to be the people that are going to help us find the people that are going to be your customers and your coaches. I was told a long time ago, we are only looking for the people that are looking for us, right? Our job's not to convince or push or anything like that, but we need this list of names to start working off of to find those people that are looking for us. So the first thing I need you to do is grab a piece of paper, not your phone, not your iPad, not your computer. I literally need pen to paper. So if you don't have that right now, hit pause real quick and we're about to get started. Okay, so hopefully you have your piece of paper and a pen or pencil or some crayon, some writing utensil, right? Think on paper. What I'm gonna start doing is reading through names of people you may know, types of people you may know. You and I have to make an agreement right now. If a name pops in your head, it goes on the paper. No matter how sure you are that this person is not interested in what we do, the name goes on the piece of paper. Deal? Okay, you're with me here. If you're continuing to watch, I'm assuming you've agreed. So you're not even gonna look at me. Head down this whole time. I'm gonna read this off to you. You're not looking at me. Head down. Pen on paper, and I can't wait to see how many names. You're gonna share in the group how many names you ended up writing down. So I'm gonna read off this handy dandy sheet of paper, so no reason to look at me because I'm gonna be looking down most of the time. You ready? Okay, here we go. Building your contact list. Who do you know? Think about your family and your closest friends, the people you work with, the people you grew up with, and the people you've simply come into contact with. Identifying these people is the most effective exercise in building a successful business. So we're gonna go through these. Here we go. Your mother, your father, grandparents, in-laws, siblings, children, children of friends, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. And I'm going to keep going through these. You just keep writing. Friends, co-workers, church members, social group members, neighbors, babysitters, school groups, fraternities, sororities, organizational friends, casual acquaintances, chamber of commerce, networking groups. Keep writing. I know these are coming fast and furious. This is great for your brain. Who do you know via social networks? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram friends. Your child's birthday invitee list. Wedding list. Who did you invite to your wedding if you're married? Your school roster. Your holiday card list. Your church, synagogue, or spiritual group directory. Who are individuals you know that want to get into shape? Want to eat healthy? Want to lose weight? Who do you know that needs to pay down their credit card debt? Who do you know that wants to help their spouse retire early from their current job? Who do you know that already goes to the gym? Who do you know that doesn't like their job? Who are actively looking for part-time work? Who do you know that wants more time with their family? Who do you know that is already into fitness and nutrition? Who do you know that's really ambitious? Who do you know that's super enthusiastic? Who do you know that's crazy competitive? Okay, now I'm just gonna start running through occupations. Ready? Keep writing. Accountants, actors, advertisers, airline attendants, army officers, artists, athletes, acupuncturists, bakers, banking professionals, barbers, baseball players, beauty salons, brokers, builders, campers, chiropractors, consultants, computer engineers, cooks. Who do you know that's a dancer, a dentist, dermatologist, a designer? Who's a disc jockey? Do you know any doctors? People that work at dry cleaners, education professionals, electricians, engineers, entertainers, farmers, film industry professionals, firemen. Do you know any fitness instructors, florists, people in food services, people that lead fundraisers, funeral directors, gardeners, golfers, government workers, You know anybody that's a graphic artist, gymnasts, hairdressers, handy person, fix-it guy, health practitioners, hikers, headhunters, hospital staff, hotel staff, human resources staff, insurance salesmen, interior decorators, investors, janitors, jewelers, karate masters, kinesiologists, kickboxing classes, kitchen renovators, lawyers, leasing managers, loan officers, makeup artists, managers, manicurists, martial artists, massage therapists, mechanics, medical professionals, midwives, ministers, moms groups, mortgage brokers, movers, music teachers, musicians, mutual fund managers, Navy officers, nonprofit organizations, nurses, nutritionists, office managers, optometrists, orthodontists, painters, party planners, pediatricians, personal trainers, pet care professionals, pharmacists, photographers, physical therapists, piano teachers, plumbers, podiatrists, police officers, postal workers, promoters, property manager, public relations professionals, psychiatrists, psychologists, recreation therapists, realtors, recruiters, rehab specialists, reporters, repairmen, retirement centers, Rotary clubs, runners club, salesmen, scientists, shoe repair, shriners, singers, skaters, skiers, skincare consultants, social workers, software engineers, spas, swimmers, sports teams, tailors, tanning salons, teachers, telecommunications, telemarketers, television repairmen, tennis instructors, therapists, trainers, tutors, valet attendants, veterans, vocational consultants, volunteers, waiters, web designers, writers, YMCA members, yoga classmates. Now we're running through where do you know that people live? You ready? Keep writing, head down. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Who do you know in California? Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. Who do you know in Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri. Who do you know lives in Montana or Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma? Who lives in Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota? Who do you know that lives in Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? And who do you know that lives in Canada? Okay, you should look down. You should have a healthy list. And you can even back this up and go through it again if you're like, Jimmy, you went.
All right, so let me stop the share. So the cool thing is, and I'll come back in and I will post the link so that you will have access to that video so you can watch it whenever you want to use this exercise. And what I have found, and Jimmy does a really good job of instructing this, is there was probably a point where you were writing down names and you thought of a name and you couldn't write it down because things were moving too fast. And that's totally okay, because again, you know 2,500 people. The fact of the matter is that you don't think of those 2,500 people. So I just want to show you guys by example. So this is the list of people that I just wrote down during that time. Again, I do this activity every single month. So if that's what I could do, you probably could do at least this much, if not more, okay? So this is the first step. Now you have this list, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do with this list. This is so cool. I just love this so much. It gets me so excited. All right, so I made you a promise that I'm not gonna make you invite people who you don't like or who don't want you to be, who you don't wanna be a part of your team, and I'm gonna totally honor and follow through on that promise. But what I want you to do now is I want you to go through that list, and I'm gonna give you guys a minute or two to do this. I want you to give everyone a score from 1 to 10. 1 being that second cousin who you just like, no, there's no way that I ever want them to be on that team, on my team. That's a 1, okay? And then someone who you just say like, man, they would be the best coach. I would absolutely love for them to be a part of my team. That type of person, you're gonna score a 10, all right? So go through your list right now and give everyone a score between 1 to 10. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to do this, and then we're gonna take the next step. So go ahead and get to it. I feel like I should have some mood music. Let me see if I can find some mood music. I guess different people have different moods that they'll, you know what song I like? Do I have it? Cool. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't do that because Facebook may flag it as, do I have any royalty-free music? I don't know. I don't think that I do. Sorry. All right, keep scoring. Keep scoring. Had one of those ideas that I didn't think all the way through before I said it. Thanks, Julie. All right, I'm gonna give you guys about 30 more seconds. Don't overthink it either. 1 being someone who you absolutely have no desire to talk to whatsoever, and 10 being the person who you're like, oh my gosh. Julie Boris would be a 10 since she tried to give me the assist. If you don't know Julie, go follow her. She's awesome. Cool. Okay. So now that you have given everyone a number between 1 to 10, what I want you to do is I want you to underline every person who you gave an 8 or higher. So do that. This should take considerably less time than all the numbering that you did because it's going to be a smaller percentage. And then this is what's going to be really cool. Once you've underlined them all, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take, if you did it like me, you can fold the paper over or whatever, you can flip it onto the other side. what I want you to do is I want you to rewrite the names of the people who you gave a 10 to. So let's see, for me, Dr. Pavial, he is honest. Actually, he is my dermatologist, and both times that I've gone to see him, he's asked about Beachbody On Demand. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, duh. So he is a 10 for me. So I'm going to write Dr. Pavial. Okay. And here's the other thing that's important. So I'm going to write Dr. Pavial 10, and then just write a little note to yourself about why you gave that person a 10. And it doesn't have to be long. But for me, it's like Dr. Pavial. He cares about helping people with their health. And he's asked me every time about what I do. So that's what I'm going to write as my note for him. So I'll give you guys a minute. So do all the 10s first, and then the 9s, and then the 8s. And if you have like 50 10s, then you can probably just do the 10s. And if you have 50 10s, then you're going to be emerald like now. Okay. So, and if I'm rushing you guys through this too much, then I apologize. You'll be able to pause and play on the recording, which we'll post once we're finished here. So here's the thing. Here is where I need you to make a commitment, because here's the thing. There are two different types of people. There are people who do the bare minimum, because if you do the bare minimum and it works, then you succeed. And then there are people who 10x, and the people who 10x do above and beyond the people who just do the bare minimum. So if you're here, you might as well, if this is the first time that you've tried to like shoot the moon, go over the top, try to 10x things, now is the time to do it. If you're here, please like make sure that the time that you're investing is worth it, because if we end this right now and you don't go and do anything with it, then you should have watched Netflix. I'm probably going to get yelled at for saying, no, I'm not going to get yelled at for saying that. But like, seriously, when you invest the time into something, you have to do it right. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to circle the 10 people who you are most excited to talk about and you are most excited to invite now that you have this list. Okay, and the cool thing, this is the reason why I do this. So anytime that we do something new, it's hard. So like when you go bowling when you're a kid, okay, if you're like 4 years old and you go bowling, you put the bumpers up, because otherwise you're just gonna throw the ball in the gutter every time. So once you throw it and there are no gutters, or there are no like gutter guards, then you can actually start throwing it and get better. Okay, it's why like when you play, you start playing t-ball, and then you play the next league, which is the instructional league, which is where the coaches throw the ball, so you don't have to like figure out how to hit when you can't even hit yet. It's like a slow progression. And the reason why I always have people invite the 10s first is because, first of all, those are the people who are most likely to say yes. So you might as well create that momentum for yourself. And secondly, if you score them a 10, chances are, even if they say no, they're going to be the type of people that will give you feedback so that you can get better at inviting moving forward. This is all about growth and momentum, okay? So those 10 names that you circled, here is what you're going to do. You're going to send them an invite, okay? Everybody invites differently, okay? So you can message them through whatever medium you normally talk. If you normally talk through text, don't send them an Instagram DM. If you normally talk to them through Instagram, don't send them stick with whatever channel you normally talk with these people. And here's what you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them the note that you wrote down about why they would be a 10 or a 9 or an 8, depending on how many people that you have. You're going to invite them and say, hey, you know, I just wanted to reach out because I've been doing this thing and it made me think like, oh my gosh, you would be so good at this. would you be open to hearing more? Okay. Ray Higdon says that you don't try to close people, you see if people are open. So that's how you're going to start the conversation. And the cool thing about those little notes that you made about why you scored them a 10, you can say, hey, you know, I'm trying to build my team. I was trying to think about people who were things that you wrote about them. Like, and this is the cool thing, it's super authentic. I was trying to think of people who are this, and you were the first person who I thought of. Would you be open to hearing more? Okay, so this is how simple it is. Okay, so what I need for you to do right now, and you don't have to do first and last names, but I want you to put in a comment the 10 people who you are going to invite today. You get like in the, so I call this call Emerald in an hour. I usually finish before an hour is up because you now have 24 minutes. I'm not going to go on any longer. You have 24 minutes to start these conversations. Okay. So in the next 24 minutes, what I want you to do is reach out again through whatever medium that you normally talk to these people and send these invitations. And just for your own accountability, write the names of the 10 people in a comment. And again, don't do it first and last names, because then if people know people, then people will ask people, and you don't have to go like that. Just use the first person's first name for, again, for your own accountability. And that's it. This is the way that you connect with people. This is the way, this list is the way that we built Emerald over and over and over again. And the cool thing about this is if you keep it this simple and you keep it about helping these people find a product that's going to align with their goals, that Emerald will turn into a Ruby, will turn into a Diamond and Star Diamond, and on and on and on forever. The most beautiful thing, and I heard Lindsay Stay say this about 6.5 years ago, is that a Superstar Diamond team is made up 100% of Emerald coaches. Okay, so you have the ability, you now have this tool, you now have this skill set, and you now have the next 23 minutes, and I'm going to close with this. You have the next 23 minutes to start to create that momentum. I am willing to bet that if you shoot for the moon on this one, you will enroll 2 coaches today, and you'll be able to wake up on Thursday morning as an Emerald coach for the first time, or maybe get your Emerald back, or maybe take that one step further in your rank advancement. And I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you can use this video and connect your coaches to this video so that they can use this same exact process to connect with the people who they know. That's the other thing that's so crazy too, is there is so much opportunity to connect with people that we don't have a lot of coaches. And I know it feels that way because we all search the same hashtags on social media. So we feel like everyone's a coach. But the truth of the matter is that it's just not the case. It's less than 1% of the US population are coaches. So like, what are those 99 other people going to do? They need you. So go get it, go connect with these people, invite them to be a part of your team, tell them the reason why, and go get your Emerald.